All right, welcome to the stream. Let's take a look here, see how everything is. Oh man, using a new pair of headphones again today. This one doesn't sound that bad, but boy, I really need to get a new set of Marshalls. That really was where it was at. Anyway, we're going to be getting back into Ratchet Clank, going Commando. We started this up last week. And we put a few hours into it, got a few places, did some interesting things, some refinements to the game mechanics. Overall, it just seems more like a polished version of what we had last time, though, in some ways. But I went back and I replayed a couple of the areas that had like optional challenge stuff. Like we could go and clear out some stuff in space. We could do some races. We could do other things. I forget. Oh, the arena. That's right. Playing through the arena again. I'm guessing that's something they got hung up on, and that's in turn why they made Ratchet deadlocked. Because I see some similarities there. But anyway, got a couple bolts. Got some stuff. Did a little grinding, I guess. But we are back on whatever planet we left off on. Some sort of canal planet. It looked interesting. Anyway, let's get back into it. Sabotaged, welcome back. Ooh, yeah, these headphones sound crusty. Everything sounds like it's in Manorial, which is weird. Anyway, let's get this game loaded up. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Good, eating some pizza. Nice. Wish I had pizza. Actually, I had pretty decent dinner. Had some fried rice and egg rolls. Hey, wait a second. This isn't the planet I left off on. Maybe it was the one I legitimately left off on. We actually need to go somewhere else. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, it was a canal city. No tech. So basically on a daily basis I've been trying new headphones out. These, let me see, this got a little switch on it. I think it might change the frequency a little bit. Or something. It's a little better. I know none of you guys can hear anything, but I'm trying to listen to it. Take a look at this real quick. Well, I got one flipped in one direction and one flipped in another direction. I think they should probably be both in the same direction. I don't understand. It's supposed to have some sort of audio, like, noise canceling. I'm not too sure. I don't know, they kind of suck, though. Everything sounds so distant and muffled. I'm telling you, nothing beats the Marshalls that I had. But I had to stop wearing them because the wire got frayed and audio kept cutting out of one ear. But it's like I've been trying some like family members, other headphones, see what they're like, see if maybe there's something I want to look into purchasing. They all kind of suck. The beats sound okay. I had a couple like over-ear beats I've tried, but I can't hear myself. Something about the frequency range just doesn't pick up my voice all that well. I sound very muffled with those. And then I'm trying some Sonys here. They're kind of old. I think they're kind of shitty, actually. I was taking a look at what they cost on like eBay because they were like an old used pair, and like I think original MSRP was like $30 or something like that. Not that great. No one can meet Seb's quality standard. I know. I know, 'tis a horrible fate. But it's like those Marshalls I had. Okay, so here's the thing. I used to go to CES annually, the Consumer Electronics Show down in Las Vegas, Nevada. And one of my trips down there, this was like 10 years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to test out every headphone here, and I'm going to see what's the best one. And I took notes. I was doing it with a buddy. We were looking around. There were two that really impressed us. One was like a $1,400 pair of headphones. I remember we tested them out and they're like, oh, you sound really nice. We were talking to the guy at the booth there and like, so what's these gonna retail at? And he's like, I think the lower end models are gonna be about $1,400. I'm like, holy shit, no. So that one was out of the question. But the next one that sounded almost as good was a set of Marshalls. And the Marshalls are the same people that do, you know, audio equipment for like sound engineering, guitar, other things like that. I don't know why I was Brazilian done. Trying to get that guy out with a wrench. Maybe I should pull out a gun or something. But anyway, so Marshall, you know, pretty big name brand in terms of actual audio equipment, and those headphones really impressed me. So after getting back home, when I asked about them at the booth, they were like, oh, they're already on the market. So when I got back home, I took a look at Amazon, ordered a pair, and I've had that pair of headphones for a good 10 years. Used them pretty much daily. Used them for almost all my streams after I stopped using the headset with the microphone because that shit sucked. And yeah, they've lasted me a good long while. The little pleather on the ear cuffs wore out, but I didn't really care. I just kind of stripped it off myself and it felt fine. Didn't really mind it, but they had these like little, like I shot his friend. They had these little wires on the exterior. I'm not too sure what they're for, but one started to fray after a little while, and ever since I noticed that, then I've been noticing the audio starts to cut out every once in a while. So it's a little bit shitty. I could still use them, I guess, but sometimes the sound goes out like completely, and then that starts to mess with me. So in order to like not have to deal with that, I've kind of been testing out all these other headphones, but they're all really bad. Some are worse than others. I mean, it's not too much, but it's about $150, and I'm like, do I want to spend that much right now? Is there a cheaper alternative? And the answer is looking like no. No, I don't think there's going to be. I mean, that's not terrible. I mean, I don't know. You get what you pay for. And I've tested headphones that cost like twice that amount, and they're not nearly as good as the Marshalls, in my opinion. But I've since spent so much money on other crap the past couple weeks, it's just like, do I want to put another $150 down on something else? I guess. But I was going to give these last couple options a try and see what they're like, but they're not matching up. Not nearly as good. The thing about the Marshalls is so crystal clear, especially with my mic. And I've got this all going into a mixer on an actual like soundboard and everything, so it's like I could change some of the qualities a little bit. I think it might help. Oh, that sounds bad. If I mess with it just a tad. But God, it's such a pain. I should do this before streaming, because I have to mess with all of these different levels to make it sound decent. I don't know, I'll do it later. Whatever. I think I made it sound a little bit better. I sound more boomy. I like these shark fellows, they're a little weird looking. I see what's going on. They got like pants and they got like a bandolier or something like that. But it looks like they're wearing overalls with one of the straps missing, so they just look like a bunch of bums. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Bolt Scavenger, oh boy. Oh, I got the Blitz gun too. This is like a shotgun. I was using it in the arena earlier, off stream. It's actually not terrible. You just gotta get really close if you want it to be effective. Actually, it's not doing so great against that that ship. Ship. Okay, whatever. Enemies are bums who can't afford Ratchet's overwhelming arsenal. That is true. You're a bum! Can I get in here? Oh, I can get in here. Nice. What is that god-awful noise? I think it's worse because I was messing with my levels. Okay, cool seeker gun. Actually, they got a better seeker than I do. Jesus. Start using the Tesla claw a little bit more. Keep forgetting I actually have it. I need to find a good weapon against these guys. What's it gonna be? Let's see, a mini nuke is a bit much. Heavy Lancer, Walloper. I wonder if the Walloper would take him out like a single shot. Sometimes this thing does pretty good. You got the weapons from the last game. Most of them are outclassed, but Tesla can still do work. Yeah, it's effective when you get like overwhelmed by a lot of enemies. That's too many people here. Walloper requires 2 hits? 2 hits. Too much for my taste. Walloper's a beam. That's the Jack Punch. It did okay in certain instances. I was actually using it in the reason why I have it in my quick select was I was using it in the arena to pretty decent effect. And what was great about that was, you know, it doesn't expend any ammunition, so. Bomb Glove is pretty handy too. I mean, it's not as effective as obviously the mini nuke, but you get more ammunition for it. The only problem with the Bomb Glove is I can't like turn, because like turning even while after you throw the damn thing, it like turns the trajectory of your actual bomb. What's up, B-Known? Strafing. Yeah, I ain't used to that yet. Reminder that we've only played this game for a couple hours. And I've only streamed it the one time. I'm still used to the dynamic of the original Ratchet and Clank. Where you have to like turn around and do everything. Keep making figure 8 patterns to try and outmaneuver enemies. Strafing would help though, you are correct. What else do I got? What sort of weapons do we have here? I got this long range thing. It's not that great. Visibomb gun. I don't know. I don't think there's anything that's gonna help me like right this second. Just switch back to this. Because at least this has some form of lock-on. Whoa, God. Actually, do I have that Visibomb? That might work against this thing. I have that hotkeyed. Let's see. The Walloper is such a meme. Let's take it off. Oh yeah, the turning radius on this thing is horrible. Like a little bit of like slowdown. Okay, back to Heavy Lancer. Trying to watch people play this game on Twitch just to see what version people were playing and you know, just kind of the overall feeling people have for this game, and doesn't get that much love. It's not many people playing it, at least on the times that I've been checking, but it is what it is. There was one guy, and I guess he was talking to his roommates. I thought he was talking to chat, but he was talking to his roommates, kept telling them to get naked and dogpile on him because he was cold. And then he started screaming into the microphone. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm done here. And then there was somebody else. I think they were playing in Italian or something like that. I don't know. I was trying to communicate with them because they said in the tags it said it was an English-speaking stream. So I'm like, okay, this guy might understand me. But he didn't understand English, so didn't exactly work out so great. I think that was it. I don't think there was anybody else streaming this game. That's how it be sometimes. That is how it be. God, that noise is awful. No, not that way. There we go. Is that one of them ships? Shit. It's not gonna work. That is not gonna work. Get that Visibomb back out. Actually, can I shoot it through here? Yes, I can. It's a little tight, but whatever. I like how it doesn't render for a second. Alrighty. Shit! I forgot I was on a bridge. Oh. Cool. Oh god. Well, live and you learn. This actually happened on one of the previous levels in that, like, pleasure planet. And I just said, nah, I think I'm good. Speed my way out of this one. At least they only take 3. Whoa, what was that? It's more slowdown, but that one was a little extreme. Ah, there it is. It was guarding something. I don't know what that is. Looks like a little DNA helix. It's a nanotech related. stopping by. Okay, that was the one up there. Out of here. Okay. I don't like to use them though, but yes, nukes are a very effective weapon. It's kind of like a last resort deal for me. Ah, that was nanotech related. Nice. Okay, cool. So, like automatic level up, basically. Is there anything else out here? What that binary says. So I ended up getting an email today. I've been trying to snag a GPU for the past couple months, but I actually was selected to get a GPU from the Newegg Shuffle, but unfortunately they only gave me a window opportunity to actually purchase it. So I think I was asleep, and I missed my opportunity, so I'm back to trying again. But hey, they selected me at the very least. I recently got an email from good old Sony, and they said, based on your previous history with PlayStation, you've been selected to purchase a PS5. And I'm wondering if I should bother. I don't know if I want one. Thinking about it. I don't know how effective those are, though. Like if there's going to be this mad dash and you're not even going to be able to get it anyway. I might look into it. If it gets in the cart, I might think about it. Mini turret glove. I do have a lot of bolts, and I have been curious about that one. This one sounded interesting, though. The synthenoid thing. I don't know if you could. I mean, it looks exactly like the things from Deadlocked. Pretty sure it is. It's like a prototype version. But yeah, maybe I should just save up for that. I don't know. Seems interesting. I don't think I really need anything else right now, though. No. Just pull up my quick select. Come on. Mini turret is your arena weapon. Nice. I can imagine it'd be handy in situations where you're like in a boss battle or arena or something like that, where it's kind of more close quarters, but you're still looking at fighting a decent amount of enemies. So it might also be handy in those situations where I just get like cornered by like a massive ship or something that I need to like blast my way out of there, but I don't have much of an opportunity to use anything. Oh, let's see. What do I want with that? I'm going to... Let's see. Let's think about... Oh, never mind. It's not the greatest output of bolts, but I can't help myself. Run out of Tesla Claw ammunition, so I was... Ooh, good. I'm wondering if I should switch it out with anything else, but I'll just wait until I hit up another shop. Something tells me I can't pass that. For secrets and stuff, though. I don't think I could do anything with this either. Oh, alright. Ah, shoot. Okay. Can't even slip it underneath there. Well, there must be something around here to shut that off. That's a good point. If they didn't want me destroying public property, they shouldn't have laced it with bolts. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that was weird. I realize this was a thing here.
You need a Therminator here. You'll have to acquire one on another planet.
What? I want to go to another planet. I'm here.
Press square to dive and X to rise. Push buttons harder to dive or rise more quickly.
Okay, well, there's nothing actually down there, though, right? Yeah. Alright. Just a general reminder about how water works. That must be it, then. Get the nanotech upgrade, and I don't think there was any other paths anywhere else. Let's see. I don't see anything over here. What other planet could I go to? I don't remember there being another spot. Take a quick look over here. Push buttons harder to win. Naturally. Yeah, there was nothing down here. There's nothing over in this area. These little blank shop looking deals. Oh, you know what? This thing. These guys are still alive. Wrong button. Looks like I got platform on that. Maybe get to the top. Oh, there we go. I don't know if it's worth it, though. God damn it. This? Can I destroy this? I don't think so. I can destroy these. Oh yeah, I can't destroy it, never mind. Damned annoying, that noise it was making, but I guess there's nothing up there. It looked like I could get onto one of those rotating things for a second, but it ended up working out in the long run. I don't think there's anything over there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. Alright. Well, let's head back to the ship and see if there's some other planet I missed. Something going on. Not too sure what. I thought we had everything covered, but maybe I missed something else. Did I do the racing minigame? The one on the hoverbikes? Yeah, I did that. I did all of them too, I think. The one here at Barlow. Unless there was another one. Search Canal City for thief. Investigate the wharf area. I don't think there's any other missions on any other... Oh, wait, hold up. Scout the ruined machinery. Don't know what that is. Guess we got something else to do in Barlow. Because we tracked the thief person down to that planet in Canal City, but I think to progress I need something else. Yeah, the racing minigame was pretty fun. When I was doing it, I expressed that I was impressed at how dynamic it was. You know, probably looks about as good and functions about as good as Racer Revenge on PS2. Oops, there go your shields. Bit Metroid-esque a little bit, yeah. Get a particular item to progress. Go back. Different places. Took a second to whip this thing out. Was there a... Okay, so there... Big question mark there. I don't know where I am in relation to that. Am I the star? Oh, no, I'm the arrow. I'm not a star. Hey, so wait a second. That's back at, like, the racing area. Yeah. They haven't really developed past the whole shield phase.
The wind in the
Shit. No, I didn't want that. What's the matter? Never heard of a gun? Oh, up here. Okay, I didn't even know there was something up here. Well, there you go. That's why I never did it. Oh, here they are. Swing shot placement down at the bottom there. Oh, shoot. Double clicked. Come hither. This looks like a little theme park ride. Can we jump even without the swing shot equipped at auto? Really? I might give that a try. I'll finish this area and then I'll go back and I'll give it a try since it's like right next to the ship. Just, I don't know, I'll like die and attempt to do it and then have to go all the way back. Or that may be Ratchet 3 and you'll die. No. Well, 'tis a bit of a mystery, is it not? Oh, we got some water here. This might be where we get the thing.
Clank comes with a special Hydro Pack upgrade.
Yeah, thanks for telling me, like, as soon as I pushed that button.
Underwater.
I was like, I wonder if that mechanic still works. Yeah. Oh, thank you, game. You'd think, I mean, to ease up, I really would prefer it not be a weapon and just, like, be added into basic game functionality. Like, just press X twice and then you can hook onto whatever. But, you know, it is what it is. It's not, from the sounds of it, it seems like they thought of that eventually. But yeah, like, for most of this stuff, like, especially with the Trespasser and the, it's Taxter all over again, yes. Always a second after I figure it out on my own. But it kind of sucks with most of these gadgets that, you know, you have to just, like, use up a quick slot space just for them, and usually it's not an instance where they're going to be used very often. It was especially a pain with the Trespasser in the first game, because that was the one that got used the least. So every once in a while you come on out, find a door, need a trespassing. But then there were so few and far between, too. It was like the... I mean, definitely not like the swing shot. The swing shot actually has its place, which is why I keep it in the bottom slot there, but... It's a bad idea. yeah, not something where there's going to be like several doors back to back. Except in like that one area. There's like one area at the very end of the game. Otherwise, they didn't really use it that often. What do we have here? Who are you? Ah. He's encased in ice. I bet this is where the thermo thing comes into play. Break you out?
It works! Cool. My invention works! Huh? It's called the Therminator. It fires charged thermal pellets that can thaw an ice block or freeze a body of water. Gadgetron will pay me millions.
Hey, I don't know how long you've been frozen, but I don't think Gadgetron's operated in this galaxy for years. Everyone buys Megacorp products these days.
Huh? Hey, maybe you'd like to buy it.
Oh yeah? No, that's not bad. Yeah, I mean, if it's been all that long, obviously that ice doesn't melt.
Megacorp is hiring.
Use the Therminator to thaw ice.
Okay, thanks again. Yeah, we got that from the guy. He told us what it did, but thank you. Let's see. Oh, we already had it equipped. So that's ice, right? Yeah, it is. I'm sure whatever's down there is very interesting, but what about what's up here? Oh, can I not access that anymore? Oh, shit. I think that elevator was down. Is there a swing shot placement? That's weird. Huh. Maybe it wasn't down. Okay. I just saw that up there, though, and I thought I was thinking, like, I should go check up there, but let me go see if I can break this guy out first. If we go around, that's probably it. The elevator was down? Oh, shit. That sucks. Oh, boy. I'm gonna... The nukes are handy, but like I said, I don't like using them unless I have to. So let me just find a spot for that. Like a beam or something would have been a little better, but... Ah, here we go. Okay. Whoops. It's like this thing just chucks out like massive snowflakes. Somehow that freezes the water. Oh, here we go. Already back. Okay, so let's go. Let's test this out. Nope. So close to the chopper upgrade. Which one was? Oh, this. Oh. Yeah, I should use that a little more. I'll use it on the next planet. Must be Ratchet 3 that made that feature. I highly anticipate the day when that happens. Well, it sucks that I missed that thing. I guess I should take a look at the map a little more often. Or even just the mission list. Either one of those things probably would be best suited for playing this game. But that's alright. I didn't do it in the last game. I'm not used to this kind of stuff. Back in my day, we just used our eyes and our ears. Pretty well against those little lampstands too. Oh shit. there he is. Get tricky on that chat sometimes. Because usually I read things out. But sometimes I can't read things out. Based on the contents of the message. I know, they just got done rebuilding those street lamps. They're like, oh, thank God he's out. He's left us now, we can just put everything back up. Alright. Therminator, here we go.
To freeze water, fire Therminator into
Yes.
water until meter fills.
Uh-oh. Surely this will do it. There we go. Press the circle button! Yeah, I think we need that reminder more often. It legitimately is the circle button, so it would be quite apt. So, what do they do now? Do I get like a rundown on this thing? I guess not. Help me! Upgraded device creates spike discs which you can hurl at enemies. Discs bounce off walls when they hit an enemy, split into two, causing even more damage to nearby foes. That's cool. And I never really got what the Lancer did. It's rapid firing, excellent taking out, a weapon for taking out surrounding enemies. That's just more powerful. Okay. I guess the rate of fire, now that I think about it, was increased. I don't even remember what it felt like originally. Got too used to it. Hold up, we got boxes. Boy. Let's see. Doesn't seem to be. They just like bounced off. What the hell? Yeah, upgrading weapons based on fire rate definitely does kind of take you out of your comfort zone. I don't think this is doing anything. Unless they're just really weak. Maybe they're just really weak. Get the Visibomb back out. I don't like dealing with these things up close. Right in that tailpipe. That looks like it's got some kick. Might be out of range. Sucks. I mean, it's clearly hitting it. It would even like bounce off of it, so I don't know. It's a little weird, but... Oh, okay, that didn't work. Guess the spread ain't so great. Sucks. I mean, it's a shotgun, I get it, but it kind of sucks that I can't lock on to anybody. So this is one of those dynamo deals? Yes. Hey, wait, where was that? Up there somewhere? does have that knockback. Get away. I wonder if the shotgun has like a proximity effect or what. I don't know if the bullets do the same amount of damage from any distance as long as it's touching the enemy, or if we get closer it does more. Just thinking maybe I don't want to do that just because it possibly could explode on the slightest impact. Got no idea. Yeah, unfortunately there's not like damage values, so be able to tell anyway. Well, I guess the way you could tell is if you know how many hits it would take from any given range. Let me... Dynamo? See, I don't know if I activated that thing and then it closed, or if I activated it and it stayed open. I just don't know what it opened and where. So I don't think it selected it for me. Yeah, Dynamo, please. Go. Oh yeah, it is the door up there. Okay. Platinum bolt. Most minor critique ever, but you like the gold bolts visually more. Yeah, the platinum, you can't really tell that it's platinum. I mean, usually with platinum stuff, it kind of has to have like this mirror-looking sheen to it in order to get that effect, but I guess I don't feel like making a normal map for that. Plenty of it for the ship, but not for the actual bolts. But I mean, it looks like all the currency bolts are gold now, so
got a ship that needs
weird stylistic
improvements? Worried about getting caught? At Slim Cognitos, your secret is safe with us. Whether it's weapons, shielding, or a new hyperspace module, we'll hook you up quickly, cheaply, and most important, quietly. So next time you're in the market for some legally ambiguous refashioning, remember the name. Slim Cognitos. The only inspections we pass are yours.
Starship mods. Well, a quick visit to Slim's wouldn't cost us much time. Or maybe we should check out that chemical factory. Someone inside might know where the thief was headed.
It's a Dairy Queen ad. Kind of had that look. I think Dairy Queen has lips, though, which is even more disturbing. But it had like that same weird motion to it. I think I get where you're coming from. It's funny you mentioned that about the bolts too, because I remember that being a complaint with Insomniac's Spyro games. Like, I don't remember specifically which one it was. I think it was from like the original Spyro to Ripto's Rage. But I remember like there being complaints about the way the gems looked from game to game. They're like, it's a minor detail, but I actually prefer the look of the gems in the first game more. I honestly couldn't remember. I remember some people saying that they look plasticky or something like that from one game to the next. But I don't remember which one it was, and I don't really remember what the original gems looked like. Last time I played Spyro was all the reignited stuff, so it's been a little bit since I played the actual original games. I let those out to family, friends, kids. And boy, did they do a number on those discs to the point where I just said, you know what? Just keep them. I ended up rebuying them eventually. I got it. Sorry, I'm just taking care of something in chat. I ended up getting the trilogy pack on the original PlayStation, so I got them back eventually. That was a bit of a loss for me. Then I didn't know any stores that did resurfacing. I bet you some of the rental stores would have done resurfacing. I just never... It's not something that usually advertise. Like, I noticed that at the last rental stores that we had here, bet you might need the helipack. The last rental stores we had here, it wasn't like a big advertised thing. They just had like basically a like a little piece of paper that said, we do disc resurfacing. But it wasn't like an actual advertised service. My opinion, but I bet you they would have done some resurfacing back then. I could have saved myself a number of discs. Never played the original Spyro one. It was a good game. Why did I got this upkeep? There's a number of games that just got all sorts of scratched up for one reason or another. Usually it wasn't me. God, I lent them the Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle too. That game is worth like $600 right now. Even the disc goes for, I think, like $200 to $300, like disc only. I'm looking to sell that or something at some point. But I lent them that game. That got all scratched up. I did my own personal like buffing on that one, and it sort of ended up working. When I played it on the PS3, more powerful optical drive on that. Yeah, it didn't work out so great. Before, but you messed up all your PS1, PS2 games because you were a dumb kid. I mean, yeah. Nobody really cared about handling discs back in the day. I learned the importance of it just based on, you know, the fact that games wouldn't play if you didn't handle them correctly. So there was a point where I was like, oh shit, I guess I better start taking care of this stuff. It didn't take me long to learn that, especially since we weren't a rich family, and I got a game maybe like twice a year at most, for the most part. Every once in a while I get like some used games, which was fine. It didn't happen too often. So I learned pretty quickly to take care of that shit. Family was real big into audio CDs too. So I do think I remember someone telling me about the dangers of not taking care of your discs. Skipping and all that stuff happening. Who's that down there? It's one of those fish. Ah, shoot. Oh. Moved too quick. Then eventually, but not before, your classic Ratchet games, your Tomb Raider disc became pretty much unusable. you hang on to them, or did you end up just like tossing them? Because there was a few games that I had that I thought were just like lost causes. My Crash games in particular. The Spyro games, the Crash games was the same deal. I let them out to those kids because they had a PlayStation and I wasn't using mine. So I lent them a lot of games, and they just kind of trashed all of them. But the Crash ones I got back, and they were pretty much at that state where it was like, should I even bother? They still have them. I look and see, I mean, if you even care or can play them, I look and see if there's a place nearby that could do some form of resurfacing. Because, like I was saying, there was those Crash games. I never even finished my point. Those Crash games were really, really bad. Like, I could not play like a single level without them skipping on me. And then I had those resurfaced, and they play fine. I really thought it was just kind of like a lost cause. Shit. Crap. It's tricky. Maybe I could shoot these bastards before they actually... It might be one of those situations where I can't do that either. I think I can make that. The impregnable defense known as water. Yes. Unthinkable. Inconceivable. That should do it. Yeah, this might actually work in my favor. This might give me enough time. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe I want it like as high as possible while it's going down. Oh boy. Just super quick on that. High enough where I could do a double jump. Not quite there. Okay. The trick is going to have to be just to get it as close as possible. Like right at that line. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Slight delay on your shots. Changing the bar makes it surprisingly not trivial. Not hard, just not trivial. I don't even know if... might not be enough. Oh, just enough. I think that was barely enough. Again. See anything else I can interact with? So I need to get on top of those things. I don't think so. already an area we went to. How high does this raise? Oh, that's pretty high. Shoot. Yeah, I should have stepped up on the highest rim. Oh, Lord. Split second from being chum. Having to redo that section all over again. Okay. Second thought. Okay, good. Oh, there's actually a ladder here. That's good. Kind of weird that the hot pellets are slow and the cold pellets are fast. Typically, that's not how it works. I think we need just enough to pass through this thing, but it still needs to be at a relatively high level. Let's see if that works. I mean, I can't get too much closer than that. Maybe like an inch. A cunt hair, as they say, but yeah, that should do it.
Perhaps these
That's kind of a
robots
pain.
can assist us. Excuse me? Have you seen any masked weirdos? I think I had better do the talking. A masked customer picked up an order not long ago. Recently, they received a new transmission from him, and they are willing to show it to us for a small price.
What? What do they need money? 6,000? Jesus. Small price my ass.
Hello, yes. Yes, I need to order 2 more containers of sulfuric acid. Oops. Better make that 5 containers and 4 containers of liquid hydrogen. Oops. Better add 6 crates of nitroglycerin and... Look, just give me double there. And I need it delivered.
Why did they make the villain like a slapstick, like humor fodder?
Hey, what? What?
Oh, nothing. Just some robot humor.
Okay, funny guy. Let's just head to those coordinates.
I kind of love Clank's chuckle. It's kind of weird. It's a gadgets cost less than these guys want. I know. It's ridiculous. Oh good, I like these cabs. But they're still in service in some parts of the galaxy. So the one true rule of the universe, all things need to get paid? I guess so. It's a damn shame, too. I wonder if I could freeze this. Is that too large of a body of water? I'm gonna try when I get down there. No, it doesn't even give me the option. I can't even fire blank snowflakes. Still sharks in there, though. Would have been good for a secret. I feel like there was a body of water, but I think it was the same kind of thing, that deep blue. So I probably can't do anything with that, but there was a body of water in one of the previous areas. I'm not gonna look for secrets or anything, I guess. No real point right now. It's not real water, it's gonna kill you water. Oh! How'd you slip through that? What the hell? I mean, it's not like the other water wasn't terribly unlethal. Okay, so 2 things. Slim Cognito's Ship Shack and the frozen base at Siberius. This sounds like it'll be quick, so I'm gonna take a look and see what this is. Probably just gonna set us up for more crap that we gotta do. Or it might just be completely optional, probably some sort of ship upgrade shop, so I don't know how necessary that's gonna be. Here. Today I said we'll come to your city and rate the lethality of your water at the special rate. I'll test all kinds. Oh, it's literally just a shop. Okay. Got a fast lock missile launcher, torpedo launcher, advanced shielding system, nuclear detonation device, rather. Hyperspace warp system. That sounds like it'd be useful. Heavy ordnance wings. Most of this seems like it would just give you an edge in the battle, but there is this hyperspace warp system, which costs the exact amount that I currently have. That sounds like it would take us to necessary places, so I think I'm just going to get this and then worry about getting the rest of the other stuff later. But it's nice that there are upgrades to the actual ship. I almost asked that question, but then I wanted to be surprised. The only thing is, it doesn't really change like the overall look of the ship. I mean, little differences here and there. Obviously, with different weapon attachments, and it looks like some of the wings and stuff change based on what you like swap out. But yeah, let's do that one. I'm sure I'll need that at some point. What is back there? All right. Actually, let me look. Oh, there's 3 platinum bolts on that last planet. I haven't really been looking for them. But they're not, like, exactly in the vicinity of direct paths. I think you have to get off the beaten road by quite a bit, because I haven't even, like, seen hints of there being other spots. Because in the last game, it's like, for the most part, you'd say, that looks suspicious over there. Usually ends up being some path that leads you to a gold ball. This one I haven't really seen all that much. I'm sure it'll come into play eventually, but I think I'm probably just going to do what I did with the last game and just look for all that crap off stream. Maybe when I try to attempt to platinum this. Kind of a pain in the ass to platinum the last game. It's just mainly that one trophy that required you to get 1,000,000 bolts set up for that. I mean, you know, I guess I could have played through the game several times and had quote-unquote fun doing it, but can I not actually destroy that? I guess not. That's not what I thought I selected. Oh. Wait, what broke? Was that a tree or an icicle? I guess it doesn't matter. Thank you, robots that have no ranged weaponry whatsoever. Now they're adapting. Get up there. This music sounds pretty spicy. This is like the second track in this game where I've actually taken note of the music. That last level, the canal one, I didn't even pick up on it at all. treesicle. It's just a hanging tree. Probably an icicle. I guess there's a few out there. See ya, chumps. Get me away from that. I don't like that. They just keep spawning, or? Oh, there's one that's stuck under there. I see. Mega's bag, even pretty good, just not as memorable as the first. Yeah, it's not as consistent. The sound of it. Guess we're done with that weapon. Whoa! I wasn't expecting that. Hold up. I'm gonna get rid of the dynamo. I guess I'll put the nuke back. Let's see. Let's push these bastards back for a second. Oh, I got one. Yeah, probably could. I'll get on that in a minute. What is that? Oh, they keep spawning enemies. It sucks. I didn't realize. I don't even think I could destroy it. Tesla Claw has no effect on it. I would assume that if that has no effect, then nothing has an effect. Okay. Well, let's practice what we preach. Let's see. I am just curious about this. I want to get this. Probably going to regret it, but hey, I saved up 75,000 somewhat quickly. I'm sure we could get another 15,000 in there without much of a hassle. But, let's see. We gotta level up. Oh, hey. Evening, gents. Just hanging around out there, huh? Yeah, I mean, I did do a lot of that stuff off stream, like the racing and the arena and all that. And it wasn't too bad. The racing kind of tested my limits with the whole being able to attack you at the last race, but other than that, this is an interesting dynamic at this level. However, it paid out pretty good. I ain't gotta do shit. These guys do all the work for me. Oh, hey. Just have to redeploy them. It's getting a little overwhelmed, I see. Nice. Continue, minions. You're doing good work. thank God. It couldn't come at a better time. I would think this... Okay, yeah. Oh, wait, never mind. A ledge over here. I was thinking the door had to open or something like that, but it looks like we're good. Whoa! Expected a QTE to pop up there. Synth bots. Is that because I leave so many of them alive? They just turn into raging native Homer. Let's see. How much is the ammo for this thing? Yeah, it's a bit steep. Trying to save money here. But if I max out everything else, maybe I'll start getting it from the weapons crates. Actually, I keep using this Blitz gun. I want to see what the level up is like on this one.
You've lost, Megacorp. Take your imperialistic eco-fascism to another dimension. Say goodbye.
Oh, he's an eco-terrorist?
Frankenpest.
Come on, Clank.
I guess that's why he's so inept.
Too slow. You corporate lackey.
Oh, he's got a turret gun. Oh, right. Like, how did that happen? If you click in the sticks, which I accidentally did. One of the sticks, anyway. It pulls up the map. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this. I'm gonna use the Blitz gun for this deal. I like the look of that. Shit. Oh, damn. What's up, Daler? I took a fat dump, trying to see if we could get the sheets can be salvaged. Internet shut down without warning. Oh boy, that sucks. Well, sorry to hear that. It's catching a little bit what you did. Seemed like you were on a roll. Thanks a lot, McDonald's. That's too bad, though. Same thing happens to me every once in a while, but not usually while I'm streaming. It's usually, like, out for the day. Like, my upload speeds are, like, super shit. So did your internet just go out completely? Or was it just, like, the bitrate was going weird and you were getting, like, bad upload times? Let me see here. I don't think anything else is really going to help me all that much. I guess I could swap that out. Stealing McDonald's internet. It's free, might as well. Amazon provider, I got you. Still sucks though. Oh, he shot out another set? You bastard. I mean, you can give him a call, but it does seem a little bit... It does seem a little bit late. So, I don't even know if it'll be worth it. But sometimes it's like some weird shit that can't be helped that just happens. Like, you know, sometimes a line goes out or something like that. Somebody crashed into something. So it's like when that kind of stuff happens, you really can't do much about it. B3 was ugly. Got past the bastard's son. Well, that's good. Speaking of bastards, this guy is a real pain in the ass. Spamming shit at him seemed to work though. That was kind of abrupt.
Hey, there's Mr. Fizzwidget. What happened?
I've seen that boss do so much. Always just DPS it down. He was throwing a lot of shit at me. I was a little surprised. Also, what the hell?
Don't worry about it, little fella. It's insured. So, do you have the...
Oh, there was supposed to be a cutscene?
Ridiculous. Come, gentlemen. There is precious little time. Just sit back and relax, boys. How about a little flying music?
Glitched? I don't know. It could be that it's glitched, or it could be that this remaster is a lot more shit than we thought. Ah, I knew it.
He did
Betrayed
that on
again.
purpose.
Nah, he's just easily distracted.
Yeah, well.
Come on, let's see if we can find a way out of here.
Like how it was clearly a double cross. And if this happened in Ratchet 1, like Ratchet would be losing his shit right now. But it's like Clank that's the one that's upset. Ratchet's like, don't worry about it. Huh. Well, I wonder what that cutscene was. That kind of bugs me. That, because I didn't press anything. Yeah, they kind of reversed just a bit. I mean, Clank wasn't as pissed, but he wasn't calling Ratchet a doofus or whatever the hell Ratchet said to Clank in the first game. You fool, you idiot. Yeah, I'll just keep using this. See if I get that level up. Slick. That was real slick. No, not over there, over there. There you go. So what's with this purple nanotech? That's weird. I gotta start using the seeker gun. Okay, I haven't actually seen this gun in action up close, so that's kind of funny. But it takes so long to like whip itself out and then get into position and then decide on what it's gonna hit. And then on top of that, you still kind of gotta point it in the direction it needs to go still. It doesn't like have full secret capabilities where it just automatically targets something. here's a lazy person's gun. Not lazy enough. I just want to fire from any position at all and have it hit something. But maybe on the upgrade. He didn't even like lift his arm to fire it. It's just like at his side. Good enough. What is this?
It says, in case of emergency, break glass with wrench.
Oh, that's specific, huh?
Hold on. This one says, use rock to break glass to get wrench to break glass to get rock. Ooh, I love logic puzzles. Let's see. If you break the glass with
Solved it.
Ooh, new wrench.
Your wrench now does more damage.
Oh. I'm gonna break the other one. Guess it doesn't do that much damage. Hold up. I gotta plug my phone in. Give me a sec. Okay. Where are we at? What are we doing? Oh, they spew some kind of bread. Nice. Oh god, how chaotic. These left. I'll use it. Yeah, I don't think this gun has any sort of proximity effect, which kind of sucks, but... Seems like regardless of whatever distance I'm at, it still takes the same amount of hits. Just as long as you can tag him within a certain range, then you should be good, but... Multi-star weapon is a weapon you break out when you're done with the enemies existing. Just add it. I'm done. Now comment this is gonna be, so I'm just gonna whip it out. One, damn. Actually, I keep getting hit, but jumping attack takes him out in one go. Supposed to take me somewhere, or what's going on with that? Just gotta get back here and get that health. No social distancing whatsoever with these enemies. They just cough and sneeze on me. It's like that little Asian guy I ran into at CES. Maybe we just need to do this.
Hand over the experiment now.
I can't do that.
You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
Very good.
He's she.
This changes nothing.
Her eyes were breaking too.
Where's the experiment?
We have returned it to Mr. Fizz Widget.
Oh, you've just put the whole galaxy in imminent danger.
But
I don't have time to stand around explaining it to you. If you have any intention of fixing the mess you've made, watch this.
Okay.
Oh no! Good thing that wasn't little Susie. Here at the Megacorp testing facility, we make sure the products you buy are safe for you and your family. These are just a few of the products we've rejected to help keep you safe. The Tiny Tot Slingshot, the Nuclear Mousetrap, Self-Wedgifying Underwear, and the Lawn Ninjas. So the next time your toaster doesn't explode in your face, say a little thank you to the Megacorp testing facility.
Wow.
Thanks,
she's got a
Megacorp.
few bolts loose. What does a testing facility have to do with galactic danger?
I am unsure. However,
Just
I believe
leaves.
we should investigate that location.
Well, we're gonna need a new ship.
Yep. Okay. Could explain that from the start. Maybe we wouldn't have taken it. Exactly. I'm just more confused. Who was she? Was she? Yeah, that's a good question. Is she a female ratchet species? I think they're called Lombaxes. It hasn't been disclosed to us yet. I think we don't get into that until maybe like the PS3 games. But like, why the disguise? Why is she so clumsy? I guess I should go talk to that guy. This looks like some sort of moisture evaporator farm. Gonna need another Timmy.
Oh.
Good for the testing facility. You need a lot of Timmys on hand.
Hello, sir.
Hey, that's my ship.
Possession is an illusion. Do not all things belong to the cosmos?
No. That's definitely mine.
This vessel suffers from wounded Cha. Only the power of the crystals can hope to heal it.
Crystals, sir?
Crystals? Like those found in the desert? Beyond. Oh.
Well, we don't have any better ideas. Let's go grab a few crystals.
Okay. Just let's do. I got nothing else to do. I'm gonna switch back to the thruster back. If only for the quicker ability to actually boost myself out. It's gonna be a situation where I'm gonna get attacked by like sand sharks. Seems like it'd be that kind of situation. Oh, there's a crystal. I know the lizard's native environment. Really close to the plate. This Blitz Cannon. Should get more ammo for it actually, but push button.
Put it in the slot.
Excuse me?
The weapon you want modified. Put it in the slot.
Oh, I get it. You make weapon modifications.
Yep. I can take your puny little weapon, and with a few, tweaks, I can turn it into a powerful piece of equipment.
We're talking about guns here,
Hook
right?
you up or what? I can't hang around here all day.
Shock mod for the pulse rifle. Interesting. Acid mod for the multi-star. Acid mod for the blitz gun. Lock-on mod for the heavy lancer. Oh, this requires platinum bolts. Interesting. Acid mod for the multi-star. Shock mod for the pulse rifle. I don't know. I don't know if I want any of these right now. Acid mod for the blitz gun. I mean, I'm sure any of them will help. The lock-on mod seems kind of weird to me, just because it already kind of has a lock-on. Also causes Ratchet to strafe around enemies. Wait, what? Say that to me again. Okay, fine. This mod allows all of your weapons to lock on to enemies by pressing and holding both L2 and R2. Oh, you have to hold 2 buttons at once? That's weird. Wait, all weapons, though? All of your weapons? Okay. Well, let me get it. Let's see what happens.
This weapon has a lock-on mod. Hold both L2 and R2 to lock on to enemies.
Fair enough. I guess we'll test that out in a bit. I am still in the process of trying to upgrade some of these other ones, though, so I don't know if I'm going to be using it too much. I'm close to getting that mini turret gun, too. I do want to get ammo for these guns that I still need to level up, though. Oh, there's a lava gun now, too. And a bouncer. Destroy your enemies with these elastically explosive bombs. That sounds fun. Melt your opponents with streams of molten lava. I'm looking forward to those. I do kind of want the mini turrets, though, so I think I'm going to go for that one. Let's see what this does. I mean, it's a pretty hard lock-on, I guess, compared to what it was before, so that's not too bad. It's just kind of weird. It's awkward to press L2 and R2 at the same time. But whatever, it doesn't matter that much. Oh god. Got the swarms in here. Oh, what is that? Oh no. I'm good. I'm good. Nuke it, please. Okay, this went down. Well, I did use nukes on it, but goddamn, the thing was huge. Oh, thank you, Crystal. It's like a plane crash again. You like the desert, kind of boring visually. It's got interesting, like, enemy types. Or at least they pop up in an interesting way. They're not just there. They're in the sand. You never know when to expect. Well, I guess you kind of know when to expect them whenever you're approaching Crystal, but still, you don't know what you're gonna get. So I guess that's kind of a fun mechanic. It's a fish beholder. It kind of was. It was a little bit beholder-ish. Weird that it was like a fish-looking thing, though. It reminded me of those massive things in Breath of the Wild. Pop up in the sand. This would be something to use the Heavy Lancer on. You know what? Hold up. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more it actually does kind of look like a beholder. God, for some reason it's not really doing all that great. I'm trying to lock onto that thing. Here, why don't we try this instead? My shit kicked in by that thing, but whatever. How many crystals do we need? I might as well just grab whatever I can while I'm in the area. I don't know what the hell's going on with the music either. It's like made sense for a second, and then it just kind of got wacky. That actually does pretty good. Only need 10. Okay. This is a pretty wide open area. So guess that's kind of impressive. Nope. Oh god. I only need 10, I'm going back. No! Too much. Can't make it up the sand dunes. There's something going on down there. I wonder what I need to do to get to that. Oh, wait. We have invisible walls. I was like, oh, I could just jump over here. Can't do that. Maybe go somewhere else. Oh, shoot. Damn it. Another thing I love about the mini nuke, whenever you fire in a direction, you can turn around and it doesn't, like, go with you. It's not like that weird little delay like with the bomb glove. That and, like, massive damage output, that's pretty good too, I guess. It's alright. Got your crystals, old man.
Yes, the crystals are speaking to me with a single voice.
That was pretty impressive.
Bring me more crystals, and I'll pay you cold hard bolts.
Huh?
You can earn vast amounts of bolts by exploring the desert and finding crystals.
4 crystals for 4,000. I guess I know that. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing off stream. Look over here, though. What is this going on? How about this thing? Do I even have Magna boots? I don't. Yeah, just like the grind boots. What the hell, Clank? You're supposed to hang on to this stuff. These just sounded like it got a whole lot more intense. But I guess it wasn't for anything specific. Alright, I guess there's nothing else here to do. Dumb amount of time looking for crystals in this desert. I mean, they seem pretty plentiful, and if you get a decent payout for it, I mean, it's not terrible. It's kind of fun roaming around the desert a little bit. Maybe not for massive extended periods of time, but it's alright. Okay. Testing facility at Dabo. Let me see if there's any other. Oh, there's another mission. It's probably gonna bite me in the ass if I move on from here. Explore the area. You know what? It's probably that tunnel. Well, actually, there's that thing over there too. Maybe wherever that is, there's like a ship up there or something. But maybe that's it. But I need the Magna boots before I can take care of anything over there. That's where I came from. Yeah, the only other thing that looks really suspicious, and I mean, I guess I could roam around the desert and see if there's anything else, but it's just that, not that. There's something going on down there, too. What is that? Oh, it's a nanotech upgrade. Anyway, the tunnel I saw, wherever that one is. I wonder if I could just snag that real quick and then, like, die. Oh, maybe this is actually that entrance. We found what we needed. One of these things. Hold up. Be so particular with it. See it jumps. Oh, I see the gimmick. I refuse to put this in a quick slot. Despite the fact that I can't seem to access it right now. Oh, get me up there. There we go. That's pretty nifty. Unfortunately, the actual damage of the Tesla paw is falling off. Yeah. But it's still handy when he gets swarmed by an assload of stuff. Not be so great against anything that isn't like, you know, the one-hit KOs, but it's not to spend a whole lot of time just trying to fight the little guys. Upgrade. I'm alright with that. Ooh, what is that? Wings. We got a glider. Nice. Oh, I see. It's a rise and fall gimmick. Whoa. Ah, shit. Oh, no. Almost had it. I was right there. I mean, come on. Try to keep it fairly level. I don't want to go too far down, though. Treasure. perfectly in the glider exit. For some reason, this decided to glide over lava. Extreme sports. Oh, come on! Instead of overshooting it, I went under. This thing is awfully sensitive. And it's too... I can't go into first person, can I? No, it doesn't look like it, damn. I need that extra little... Oh, shit. One bump. One bump is all it takes. I don't think even in, like, super flight does one bump, like, immediately kill you. That's like the whole gimmick of the game. Oh, shit. I'm just doing worse. I want that nanotech upgrade, god damn it. I was so close to getting it the first time. It's like, it was so within my grasp. If Ratchet just took his hand off the glider for a second, he would have been able to grab it. You're playing ball with me, Ratchet, come on. You need it as much as I do. Oh, shoot. Oh, God. No. If I get it, I'm assuming that I don't need to, like, live to keep it. Nice. Oh, of course. He's still platinum belt. Thank you, thank you. Like, for me, immediately understanding what the gimmick was, and I felt like when I initially started, I had a pretty good grasp of the controls. It was just, it took like 5 tries to get it. Although 2 of them ended pretty early. But it is what it is. Ah, well. Okay. Hey, so was that... Okay, cool. So that was explore the area. Nice. Got that done with. And I don't know, maybe the glider will come into play later. Who knows? It's a wacky world out there. Alright, let's go check out this testing facility. Yeah, I mean... I guess it kind of has the same functionality as the gold bolts in the first game, but...
See if you can find anything worth watching.
It requires less, so I don't know, I feel more motivated to get the platinum bolts immediately with this one.
Setback for the embattled Captain Quark. The Galactic Court ordered him to pay 6 billion bolts in damages to citizens suffering from personal hygienator syndrome.
Still with this?
Later, Quark was arrested trying to flee to Poketaru. The one-time hero, now full-time Zero, was placed in custody awaiting trial. But the next day it was discovered that he had escaped, flushing himself to freedom. He will return to
Just from the look of it, I thought they were saying he's going to attempt suicide by toilet.
What a nut! I almost miss that guy sometimes. Almost.
It wasn't that bad. He was just weak-willed. Easily manipulated. Back here, just dangerous water. Okay, let's get the mini turret before anything. And I don't know that I necessarily want to use it that much right now. I guess we'll see with the level format here if it's going to be worth it or not, but I will put it on the quick select. Oh, shoot. I don't know what the hell that is, but I guess we'll come back to that. What is it? Enter facility. Okay. Activate armor vendor. Oh, no shit. We can change his outfit a little bit. I guess the important thing is getting the defensive capabilities of this thing. Oh. What you get is exactly on the tin. It doesn't even look different through the icon. Yeah, I gotta need some cash first. That's alright. We'll get some eventually. Legs! Leave no legs around here. Oh shoot. I need to get more ammo for that. So these guys shoot a massive amount of bullets. The bomb glove ain't doing that much. These guys don't even recoil. Okay, let's see. Oh boy. I'll put the dynamo. It seems like sometimes when we get the dynamo going, it ends up getting used quite a bit. It's fine. Get more ammo later. Plenty of weapons to work with. Suck it. Take it, suck it too. Why don't you go after that one? There we go. We're taking off pieces of it. Son of a bitch. Alright, you know what? Maybe I won't keep the dynamo out. I mean, we only saw the one. Little turrets in games like this. Oh, look out behind you. There's a lot over there. Has a health bar with them. Interesting. The best thing about this gun is the knockback. It's actually pretty handy with a lot of these tighter platform areas. I'll get one down there. Over here. Oh, can't see it. There it goes. Still not quite getting it though. Oh. Those pillars actually block out quite a bit. Whoa, that is a healthy amount of these things. Chicken bots. And you know what? It always seems like a good idea to kind of like do a jumping attack on these things, but never ends up working out the way I wanted to. Nanotech upgrades out the ass this stream. I've gotten like 5 or 6. Not even including the ones that I've picked up. Pretty astounding. Whoa, what was that? They just like warped back into whatever position they were supposed to be in. You know what? Hold up. Ooh. Eh, maybe not. There's like that area up there. I think I see it though. Now that we're swinging. Whoa, jeez. Somebody almost ran into me. But I think there's a way to get to that spot from behind the area. On the fly teleportation. Beyond their years in engineering. There's a couple of these up there. Worked out better than I possibly could have imagined. Ruined my jumping attack. Bastard. Didn't do anything. Oh, I see. Oh boy. That's not gonna work. Oh shit. Same problem that we have the bomb glove. It turns with you. Jumping attack was a gift from my father. It's so damn good in a lot of instances. I think I might just take these guys out long range. Takes a little while to get over there, but right in the crotch. Still didn't take him out though. Must have been wearing a codpiece. Is the way I'm supposed to go? Shoot. I just realized that I probably already had it equipped. Oof. So we'll go too far on that one. Damn, there wasn't even anything in there. I didn't even look. It's like I want to see what this goes to. Okay. I don't trust these ships. They always look like they're gonna run into me. Hello, who are you?
Nobody, I mean nobody, gets by the mathematician.
Okay, wasn't expecting that.
Watch your mouth, Zero, before the mathematician subtracts your head from your shoulders.
Sir, as a fellow number cruncher, could I please ask what this is all about?
That moon's where we divide losers from winners before adding them to the Megacorp Games. There's a challenger up there ready to reduce you to nothing.
This technology looks familiar. Perhaps I could...
Sweet.
Oh,
Think
giant
you can
Clank.
get us to that moon?
Oh, we can just fly now. Okay, cool. Big brains, big gains. That's how you do it. Brains and brawn.
Hey! Remember us?
Missiles, bomb strike, punches, jumps.
This one's for my help.
Oh, God.
Red wings, kiss your furry backpack goodbye. Bullseye.
I'm doing so hot here. This reminds me of a Godzilla game. Most of them are pretty bad, but in like the 6th gen, there were a couple decent ones. I've got one that's actually worth a decent amount now. Save the Earth, I think, maybe? I don't remember if it was that one or if it was the other one. I got one of them. Eat your heart out. GS4 Rex versus Ray segment, I got nothing on this.
You want a piece of me? Bring it on.
Just jump to evade everything.
Is that all you can do?
Oh, the helicopters up here? Oh, wow.
Red wings, kiss your furry backpack goodbye.
It's tagging my ass back here, come on.
Is that all you can do?
Directly below us. Oh god. Nope, wrong way. Beat him to the punch.
You want a piece of me? Bring it on.
Why are there so many helicopters? Jesus. Stop it. There's too many of them.
Is that all you can do?
Back away, please. Oh man, he's so close to dying, but so am I. I lose health like way quicker than he does. It seems like these helicopters are a good source of health, but it does require getting into the line of fire.
You want a piece of me? Bring it on.
Oh shoot.
I'll get you, Ratchet. The last thing I know.
But you're dead. Back we go. This is a quick encounter. Just fucked up some other planet real quick, and then okay, back to Dabo.
Divide and conquer, huh? Hey, guess you guys were prime after all. You're going to the Megacorp Games!
Welcome to
Nice.
Megacorp Games, sponsored by Megacorp. Okay, Megacorp contestants, get ready to grapple with our Megacorp Gladiator team. And if you survive that, enter the Megacorp Battle Arena with our Mega Spider-Bot and our Mega Death-defying Mega Cage match. Then open the throttle for the all-Megacorp Hoverbike Race, brought to you by Team Megacorp Racing. Hostile indigenous population not owned.
It's just like
Sponsored supply
minigame planet. Alright.
Approach at your own risk. The Megacorp Games. Keep it mega.
We killed millions to save billions. Just didn't add up too much. It was all part of the mathematician's plan. He had it all calculated beforehand. Okay, so it's just like if we want to go back and do that, I guess. In case you felt like you didn't have enough. I don't know, maybe get more money for it or something. Whoa, hey! Something died and I got bolts for it. Okay, let's see what this... Oh, you know what? Hold on, let's go back. Get some ammo. We didn't have a shop that whole time. Let's see, that's not too bad. You know what? We never really got more ammo for those synth bots. I mean, taxi service that's faster than tank shells. That's pretty good service if you ask me. Zipping right along. Let's see. Do I want that? Lava gun? This bouncer sounds interesting, but it's also 100,000. Mini rocket tube. This little rocket packs a big punch. Destroy your enemies with these elastically explosive bombs. Sounds like the big ball bouncer. Oh yeah, I could get the armor as well. New weapon or new look? Some possible defensive abilities. Yeah, I don't really like the green, actually. I think maybe just based on that, we could get this. Yeah, why not? You got the Tetra fiber armor. What's the next one? Oh. Can't buy anymore. Well, that's nice. I like blue. Alright. Now these things look like those turret spawners from the first game. I don't know if that's what they do. Oh, yeah. No, they're not spawning turrets, they're just shooting at me. Well, I guess that's pretty dangerous too. The biggest detriments of the Tesla arm now is their Tesla claws that it doesn't seem to do damage as consistently. I think that's the bigger problem, as opposed to just like not enough damage output. I think they like nerfed the amount of damage that it can do, like in a whatever given time period. Right in the wall, thanks, Seeker Gun. Guess he didn't seek it out too great. Right behind him. Try to take care of the spinning ball blade things first. Yay! Blitz Cannon. Holy shit. It's got like electric charge. Here, let me see what it says about that. Oh wait, it's in the help, that's right. Oh, there's a Monsterpedia. Nope, it's a weapon. Upgraded, fires large energy blast. Closer an enemy is, the more damage it receives. Okay, so at least we know that for sure. At least it's put in text. I don't know if it's going to be as effective as all that. With an increased refire rate and large blast radius, the Blitz Cannon is a great utility weapon for any adventurous Lombax. Oh, hey, there's Lombax. I don't remember them mentioning like Lombax anywhere in the first game. I don't know if they've mentioned it in this one. If they have, I totally missed it. Maybe it's just in like the lore files. I don't know. How can I destroy that? Okay. Shoot. Just takes me up here. Over here it is. Oh god. Not enough range. No enemies over here. It's a two-for deal. Oh shoot. Gotta be quick on that. Quick on the draw. Oh. How did I miss that? Something tells me this is not going to be a necessity. Almost jumped right off that thing. New vid screen?
Okay. This must be the core terminal. Let's see what we can get from it.
I guess it was a necessity.
The power appears to be out in this entire area.
You're right. I better call a maintenance bot. Let's just follow him and fix it ourselves.
Wait, doesn't the video screen need to be fixed? Oh, hey, thank God we got the glider then, I guess. Shoot. Didn't even give me a chance to get that nanotech upgrade. Maybe I get that. Oh, son of a bitch. Get that by some other means. If I could, it doesn't really look like I could. Like, look at that. Maybe I could turn around or something? I don't know. Like that initial dive. Oh, shoot. I wish I could. Can I use the D-pad? Maybe I shouldn't be screwing around with that. I want to use the D-pad because it's a little more precise than the analog stick, but I don't think I can use that as a movement. Oh no, I can. Nice. Still, those dips sometimes screw me up. Oh man, it's harder than it looks. It's not like true flight because there is this whole gliding system to it, so you have to like pick up a current. Now with this one, unlike the previous area where we use this thing, it seems like there's, I don't know, some kind of draft or something that's carrying you for most of the way, so you don't have to keep like diving and picking yourself up. But still, when you do the dive, it like sends you almost to kind of like an uncontrollable dive. So you gotta be like really careful with it. You kind of ease it a little bit, but like if you do a little bit more than just kind of tapping on the analog stick or the directional buttons, like you're pressing it down for like a half second or something like that, you kind of go into this almost sort of tailspin. It's hard to manage. But like this, oof. And even picking myself up a little bit, I was like immediately hitting back down, but it's hard to correct. So, stray too far, and sometimes you need to stray pretty far, like a moment's notice. But you stray too far, and it's hard to correct yourself. So, I don't know if that's makes any sense, or it's the best way I could describe it, though. Drastic turns you make are a little hard to recover from. Oh, damn. What's that? I mean, sometimes I'll hit something early on, but it's mostly that dip and then coming back up from that. It's like the hardest part. Okay, cool. this in a while. You know what? I was re-watching my streams, or my stream of this before, and this is a lot easier when you could see it on a smaller screen. When you're playing it on a big TV, or even like a decent-sized TV, it's a little harder to keep track of it all. I'm trying to like lean back. Shoot. I'm trying to like lean back a little bit so I could kind of have a bigger picture of all of them, because I do have to, like, if I don't have to look specifically in a direction, I can manage this a lot better. Oh shoot. It's a little too early. There for a little bit. Was that it? Did we fix it? Music just stopped. Nothing else going on here. Computer terminal.
Now, let's get the goods on that experiment. What the?
I think I see the problem.
What? Now even the computers are charging us? That's it. This galaxy blows.
That sounded a lot like Titus right there. 10,000? For what purpose? Do I even have that much? I don't think I even have that much. Oh, I have just enough. Jesus.
Dr. James,
you want my blood too?
On Megacorp experiment number 13. This update is strictly classified. If you are watching this, you're fired. Early thinking held that the specimen was entirely docile in nature. Even overt provocation failed to incite it. But the late Dr. Putrid's son observed that natural levels of monster propionase in the experiment's bloodstream were triggering some remarkable changes. Attempts at neutralizing the specimen's violent tendencies were met with limited success. Our surviving staff recommend that the experiment be destroyed immediately at Megacorp's deep space disposal facility.
The computer's log indicates that we were the first to view that recording.
So Fizzwidget must not know. We've got to warn him.
Yellow. Maybe he does
Mr.
know.
Fizzwidget,
he wants
you're
to
safe.
Unleash it on somebody.
Sir, brace yourself. We just saw a video of your experiment eating its handlers. I repeat, it eats its handlers.
Ah, yes. Low fat, extra foam, no sprinkles.
Mr. Fizzwidget, do you copy? Anyone handling the experiment must exercise the utmost caution.
No, decapitated. What? Oh, yes, exercise my frontmost cushion.
Sir, your experts recommend that the experiment be liquidated. We will meet you at your deep space disposal facility.
Ah, yes, my cheap date proposal facsimile. It's heavily guarded, so make sure to use the password, which is, Quarktastic. Yes. Toodaloo.
Okay then. We got some new coordinates. Some maintenance fees, I guess. So I'm thinking with this. I don't think there's gonna be a point where I could actually turn around. Unless I could get in there somehow. I was wondering how I'm supposed to get that. That's really weird. I guess I could go all the way, because it's so linear, but I could go all the way through this and then turn around, because I think there's that dual entrance. Remember this one, massive pain. Getting that nanotech seems like a pain in the ass. Because the initial, like, dive, you can't recover from that easily enough. I'm just wondering what you're supposed to do, unless there's, like, some other nuance that I'm not seeing. But I think, maybe, We're just supposed to get to a point where we can turn around and go back and then try and grab it, like on an updraft. But it's like, oof. Yeah, alright. It's a little bit weird, but if there's anything else in that area, I'm not going to worry about it right now. It seems... Actually, does this take me back to the entrance? Oh no, it takes me back to this. So, that's not terrible. If I want to come back and experiment with it a little bit, see what I can do with that, I can go just work back to that one point. I believe only in the last room do you have enough room. That was my thinking, which is why I didn't want to do it. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, it seems like just at the end there is when it started to open up. Otherwise, it's all way too linear. So I think we have to go through the tunnel and everything, which that's a lot of effort for a nanotech upgrade. I guess if I was really hurting for it, but I think I'm all right. We can do the Megacorp Games, which just, like I said, looked like Minigame Planet, which might be fun. I don't know. Meet Fizz Widget at Deep Space Disposal Facility. Enter the Megacorp Games, win the Megacorp Hoverbike Race. Well, let me go take a look. Check it out real quick. Let's see at least what it looks like.
Thugs for less. Pay for 6 hits and the 7th is free. You want us to what? Whoa, wait a minute. That'd be an unethical conflict of interest. What kind of scum do you think we are? Say, that is a lot of bolts. Well, since you put it that way, I suppose we could undo our previous obligation. Excellent, sir. Thank you for choosing Thugs for Less. Attention all Thugs for Less personnel. We now have a new employer.
Does his name start with an F? I think I might know who it might be. Ah, relaxing steel drums. Oh yeah, I basically have no money right now. It's a good thing we came to Minigame Planet. What? No way. Fizz Widget would never betray you. He guaranteeifies it. I know, it's a stretch. It's a stretch, but I got my suspicions. It's crawling out of the bushes or something. It's like the Nom planet. Oh, away from over there, Jesus. Making that flapping sort of like noise. Oh, is it them? Oh. That would have been a good spot for a little secret or something. What's that? I got one in there. Seems to be doing a decent job. What's up, Sing for Absolution? Welcome to the stream. We got rid of the turret on it, which is the worst part about it, so. Okay, so I may notice response to increasing health of the green gun hit like a truck. Oh, their guns? Too much nanotech. Shit, they got turrets. Get off that, what are you doing? Stop it. Oh, now I have the turret. Of course, I killed everybody, so don't really need it, I don't think. Oh, shit! One was hiding in the bushes. God damn it. Just destroy this thing outright? I guess not. What's wrapping around the corner there? I feel like there's gonna be something interesting. Comes to these little ledges, but I guess not. Little things remind me of. They remind me of. So you're wrong about these green guns. Pain in the ass is what they are. Those bipedal dinosaur things. They remind me of this. What the hell was that? I keep wanting to call it Dinobots, but I don't think that was it because it's Transformers. But there was another property in the 80s that was a cartoon that was just meant to sell toys. Much like Transformers, where it was like these no, they weren't even robots. It was like these dinosaurs, and then they just strapped guns on them. Dino Riders, I think that was what it was called. This reminded me of that. I haven't thought about that in years. A bunch of people riding dinosaurs, just strap a bunch of laser guns on them, and they just fought each other. Cool concept. I get behind it. I feel like that's what Jurassic Park's going to be in the next 5 years. Nanotech, huh? You don't say. I don't know. Gotta get to it from the top. Interesting. Alright, well I don't really want to mess with it right now. They got their turret, I got mine. So it's just a lot more effective. If I shoot this high enough, if I could, like... Okay, no. It didn't even register them being there. Oh, that works. Kinda. I don't have enough ammo. Ah, shoot. Good old chopper. Oh. Hopping for a little bit, but then he just like hopped right back into the seat. Music for this planet too. For a second he was in the hot seat. Yes, yes. Oh boy, let me see. Oh, nice. They shot their own dino. Idiot. Yeah, keep hopping in that thing. See what it... Oh, wait, shit. Damn it. I don't think they can get me from here. Oh wait, no, that's the blocks. Nice. Shit, they're coming for me. No! Caught on to my antics, I see. Oh boy, let me see. Key the Visibomb because it's only got so many practical uses, but this is kind of one of them. Just really don't want them hopping in that turret again. Dead? Okay. So something like creeping around the corner there. I wasn't sure what it was. I think it was just a bolt. Come on out. No need to be afraid. Just hit him with the wrench. See my ship from here. Kind of hate the light flashes on the turret, but it's effective. Yeah, kind of, I don't know, sort of disorienting, but possibly seizure-inducing. I'll have to hotkey this thing eventually, but I will not. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. All that way. Almost had it. That threw me for a loop, though, at the very end there. loop so you couldn't follow the line. Well, I see the line, but I didn't think this thing was gonna like go in. But yeah, no, I definitely know where it's going. It's just that the two pieces that jut out on the platform you're supposed to land on, I don't think those are going to retract in time. Have at it, lads. Look. Dude's charging. Is it time for Visibomb again? I think it might be. The string of words sounded nice. I couldn't actually follow the line. Okay, I got you. A connoisseur of sentences and sentence structure. I'm gonna have to go. I think this will work. Just gotta duck back there a little bit. Oh my god, another nanotech upgrade. I don't believe it. Bust out old reliable. In these rooms? Oh shit. This bastard's got that charging move too. You know what they kind of remind me of too? There's like these mini Rancor looking things in Star Wars Dark Forces. I don't think they're actually Rancor, but they kind of look like they were designed to be, but they're just small. Zipline in a while. Watch out for the birds.
Hey, you two going?
Oh, this guy again.
Yeah? What's it to ya?
Whoa, take it easy, Chief. I ain't looking for no trouble. Just an honest man looking to make an honest buck.
I sincerely doubt that.
Hey, I ain't the one trying to get into a sold-out arena. You're gonna need this levitator to get in there.
I'm sure I had 20,000. Oh, okay. I have enough. Every time. Why is this guy so huge, too? He wasn't that big. It's gotta be the same guy. It's like 3 times Ratchet's height. Good lord. That's what all saw. Just get a machine gun, fill them with bullets. Ain't lying, that's the best way to do it. I'll try to keep it on reserve just in case I run out of everything else, though. At least it makes it easy. But, alright. Yeah, sure, let's get it.
Nice doing business with you again. Time for me to, relocate.
You do
The
that.
instructions are in Blargian.
Goodbye.
It says here, tab A goes into slot B. Okay, and then magnetize the graviton matrix, remove your left arm, block, and done.
You do have skills.
You know it.
Stand on the levitator pad and press X to fly.
That's a
Hold
black
down
market
X to gain
hormone.
altitude. The levitator stops functioning. when
Yeah,
the
and it was the
fuel
same
meter is
guy,
empty.
because he said, you know, nice doing business with you again. But holy shit. Yeah. He grew. I mean, I guess he was probably taller than Ratchet in the first game, but he's at least double the size of what he was. Okay. So, just making our way over here. Oh, shoot.
Stand on the levitator pad and press X to fly. Hold down X to gain altitude. The levitator stops functioning when the fuel meter is empty.
Fuel meter empty. These evil-looking silhouettes in here.
Are you ready for the main event? Introducing one of the fiercest gladiators in the galaxy, Ratchet, and some metal guy.
We call those robots.
Survive against the toughest gladiators in the galaxy. Let's get it on.
Whoa, what was that? That was weird. We got like an outside peek of the arena. You know what? I'm gonna give this a try because this worked pretty well in the last arena I was in. Certainly got some knockback. It doesn't kill them immediately, but boy, it could sling them back far. I guess I could knock them out of the map. That's the best thing about it. Here, I'm gonna actually equip that right now. Let's see. Hold up. No, I can't really use anything else. Guess I could do that. I don't know how much ammo I got for this. Go, get distracted by that thing. Yay! That's what I got. Out of here. It's a useful weapon you've never used more than twice. It seemed to work alright, actually. I wasn't upset with its performance. Especially with these things, since they apparently are taking more hits than I'm accustomed to. Just need like other ammo. These guys are very range heavy. Boy, I don't even know what I want to do with these. I think it might be time to bring out the nukes. Yep, I was thinking the same thing. I do not have a whole lot of health. Oh, shit. I was gonna say, great, threw it in the other direction. Oh, this is a battle for the gravity boost. Okay. Alright, hold up. Let me get some ammo. Why not? Let's keep it simple. God, there's a lot of guns now. Plasma coil, spider bot glove. That sounds interesting. Oh, these aren't going to be helpful. Okay, I can tell you one thing for damn sure. I'm not going to be using the swing shot. Let me see. Guess I'll save those. Actually, I've only got 2 of those, so I'm not even going to use that. Oh, let me see. Got that. Got the walloper out. Don't need that. There we go. Still got hit. I don't know what the best way to take those guys out is. Just teleport back in. Where is it? Oh, there they are. See ya, jerks. Saving my ass.
Ratchet is keeping his ground.
For the most part. Invincible? What the hell's going on there? I use a nuke on these guys. Not what I wanted. I died at last time, so. Yeah, right in the fire. Walloper scares you to use. Yeah, I don't like getting too close, but when you have those like strictly melee enemies, I don't really mind it because they're gonna get up to me really close like that anyway. Oh! We did it, nice. But it's good for swarms like that because you can hit multiple, and I like using it against like the melee oriented enemies. And that knockback is like really intense. So even the enemies that require a couple hits, like those spiders, you knock them right out in the lava. And sure, the game says no and teleports them back into the arena anyway, despite the fact that they fall in the lava. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, well.
See ya.
I'm probably going to do more arena stuff off stream. Much like all of the other extracurricular activities. There was something, oh yeah, there was the Hoverbike Races. I did sort of want to check that out. I don't know where that is in the grand scheme of things, though. I'm wondering if there's like an alternate path, like right at the entrance. It's usually how it works. Here we go. I see it.
Nice finish on that chrome. You buffed this out yourself?
I handle my own buffing, sir.
Oh, sorry, little man. I thought you was a crankshaft. Can't see my own hand in front of my face without these.
No problem. So, how do I enter the big race?
Well, you got the helmet, you're in. Easy peasy. The prize this time is some kind of special boots.
More boots.
I could use those myself. They'd go real nice with my leather chaps.
Let's find out what it is. What was the other? Oh, it was the Magna boots. That's right. All right. Or is that what we got? No, those are gravity boots. I don't know what they could be. Because I think there was only the two. Trying to think. I don't know. Anyway. Main course open. Weapons and turbos available. Single turret active. Prize? Question mark? Where's this prize you speak of? Oh, shit. I wasn't expecting that. Shield. Oh. Guess you gotta be going extra fast for that top level. Ah! We all just failed there. let's just restart that. How dare you laugh at me? Ooh, it's a bit far. And like, turning is not good on the water. Ah, damn it. Push me out of the way. It's kind of a neat track, though. Seems like it goes through some more visual dynamics than the previous one. The previous one was fun, too. But that one would definitely be easier to hit if you're going through the right side one. I'm guessing the upper level is a bit of a shortcut. I'm just gonna save your boost for that. Somebody with it. Nice. Whoa. Got in the upper level, but I didn't hit anything that time. Oh well. Whew. Just learning the track. First race usually isn't all that intense. I like that track though. Thank you.
Dang, I wanted these boots myself. But they'll look real nice with your outfit. You can race again, you know. Now the prize is a bunch of bolts.
To activate the charge boots, double tap and hold R1.
Ooh. Love the reward. You seem interesting. XP. Oh god. This could get you into trouble. Can I cross gaps? No. No, I can't. Oh, shoot. Absolutely essential to clear in the desert. Yeah, yeah. I mean, typically, when I want to get around fast, I just did that, but I mean, it's a heck of a lot better. Not something you want to do when there's, you know, areas that you could potentially fall off of. But that's pretty nifty. It is really fast. Like, it is much faster than I almost feel it should be. But I could get behind it. I could get behind it. I'll come back here, I'll do some of the extra bits and get some of the more, like, money-oriented challenges over with later. Deep Space Disposal. Meet Fizz Widget at Deep Space Disposal Facility. Alright, Sabotage, well thank you for sticking around. It's been a long one.
Now, check. Here goes.
But you have a good night.
You better better check that code.
I am sure it was correct.
The defenses are attacking us. We've got to hold them off until Fizzwidget gets here.
Password didn't work. Disposal facilities defenses are attacking you. Destroy them before they destroy you. Alright. Well, never mind on that. We'll get back to that in a sec. I just thought maybe we'd land at the planet, something interesting might happen in the cutscene to kind of start things off. I didn't know we were going to get a battle scenario. It's actually really late for me, too. Fortunately, I'm on vacation, so... well, vacation. I took time off, so I don't have to worry about going in to work tomorrow. But it's still like 1 a.m., so I'm actually going to call it here. But let me do a little save. And that will be it for tonight. It's been a good one, though. I feel like we've made a decent amount of progress. Didn't really have to, like, keep trying with anything in particular. Let me host. Let me raid. Be known. He's actually been streaming a long time today. I don't know if he's going to go for too much longer, but we'll give him a raid because I raided Scoob recently. And he's the only other one on my follow list that is actually streaming right now. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it as always. Y'all have a good night. Try to be back tomorrow. We'll see about doing some, Sly Cooper 2. So stay tuned for that. We'll get back on this a little bit later in the week because we're also juggling around Bayonetta. So there's quite a few games. But anyway, you guys take care. Have a good night. And we'll catch y'all next time. Until then.